All right. How does things exist? Or how does infinity exist? Or how is infinity conceptualized if there is nothing new under the sun? How is advancement supposed to be a reality if there is nothing new under the sun? How is anything developed organically down from the cold, from the first little peanut, right? Meaning the peanut being the smallest little thing, or a small little thing that that signifies a cell in you. How can the DNA, okay, which says, they said it has two, but it has 3 strands, but you can only see 2. But actually it has 18 strands, but they can't be seen, right? Well, how you know it's 18 if it can't be seen? And if it can't be seen, in these things, which is a different type of energies that can be translated into ancestors that have not come into existence, because they're on them strings. So they cannot be new. I mean, they cannot be old. They would have to be new in order to transmutate what is here now. It would have to be something new. A new? You heard me? Yeah. Yeah. A new. You know? There's nothing new under the sun. I always had a problem. That don't resonate with me. That don't even sound good with me. That sounds good when everybody's saying it. But you know, that's not source in it. That's not source concept. Source concept says, can't stand there and say it's nothing new under the sun. Source concept. Source concept. We are travelers. Nothing new under the sun. What would make traveling if it was nothing new to see under a damn sun? This ain't even a damn, nothing to see under the sun. Even if we took that up on to think like that, ignorantly, it's planets with no suns. It's space in between the sun and between the other one. What about that space right there? Is there anything new there? You don't even know what the fuck there. So how can you say something's not new? See, I'm so far. Look, I'm going to tell you this, another one too. See, the farther you go into stuff, like they say, let me show you how deep the rabbit goes. Let's check that out on the Matrix. He says, you take the red pill, you wake up in London or whatever. You take the blue pill, what the fuck that was? Vice versa. You take the one that's going, you take this one, you go back to sleep, wake up in your bed, do whatever that you want to, right? All right, you take this one, you see how far the rabbit hole goes. Now, see, the rabbit hole is you once again. You feel like Alice tumbling down the rabbit hole? I know. But nevertheless, check this out, man. No, cool it. Trying to make a little humor right now. But stay on track, stay to the basics, right? Now, the rabbit is you again. And the hole is the hole you digging for your own ass. Right? With them 2 big ass teeth that this rabbit got. With your own teeth, he creates a ditch. Nevertheless, listen. Comes out those gates. Nevertheless, right? Now, this rabbit, what Elmer Fudd say? I hate rabbits. Elmer Fudd. I mean, Elmer, whatever. Check this out. So, the rabbit goes down a hole just as far as you want his ass to go, because that rabbit is your goddamn ego tied in with your subconscious control. Alright? Your ego tied in with your subconscious control. And that was also another energy within my DNA that spoke that to you. Alright? It doesn't have to be that, but you get the picture. The picture is what to be gotten. That's why you looked at pictures and you got the, hey, yeah. And then somebody can say, damn, that's bad. And I see, I got the connection now. But they don't have the exact same connection you got, because your angles in your head and their angles in their head, their light beaming off different angles and different types of triune type of geometry, and yours is over here on circular geometry, and theirs over there on square geometry, but they might be caught on one of the squares, or not one of the squares, or one of the sides of the squares, and vice versa, and different things. You understand what I'm saying? But it all pictures into the same factors, all right, and to the same parts of an equation, similar to the equation of the whole unification of it all. Period. So what you get and what I get is the same thing, how we got different fingerprints, but we all still got bodies. You understand what I'm saying? No creator. We weren't created. You created yourself. They say God created himself out of triple darkness, so stand on it. God created himself out of triple darkness. He started in thought first because he was what? A spirit being. He started in thought thinking first. He created his own body. You created your own body. It is only one. It is only one. You see many because nothing exists outside of you. You control this. The many outside of you was just to populate whatever you want to think about. All right? But nevertheless, the energy that goes through everyone and through everything is the ultimate energy that exists. And that is the all that needs to be connected back to the all, with the conscious of it all being connected. You must bring your conscious back to what is connected. Break every element down, just as neurology states. Bring it down to number one. Bring it down to one number, one character, one position, so it can be looked at correctly. Bring all these names, titles, and all this back down to what it is. You know? What it is, an element, a God. Bring it back down to the God, to the 5 gods or the 7 gods, which made up all the other gods, right? The triune God, right? By the power of 3. What's the power of 3? What is the power of 3? By the power of 3. See, they say 1 plus 1 is 2, but we know that's a lie. 1 plus 1 is 3. Because if you got 1, look, in chemical composition, if I took, let's say, bleach, all right, and then I took some cabbage juice, all right, or whatever, and I took this one, and I added both of these two, I come up with 3, because something else has just formulated from the mixing of the two. So now I got the bleach, I got the carrot juice, and I got what the fuck was created out of the bleach and the carrot juice. We have 3 motherfucking things right in front of you. We don't have 2. We have 3. So by the power of 3 is needed in order to bring anything into existence. By the power of 3. By the power of something else, and the blending of both of those making the 3 in combination. So how would you state that? You say, actually, that would be by the power to create the 3rd one. No. See, it's in the concept. And when you try to translate that shit, you can catch any motherfucking body up. So what it is you got to understand by the power of 3, what does it mean? And why is it spoken by the power of 3? You just understood 1 plus 1 is 3. You have 3 things. Why you just count 2? When you just created something else new. Right? Alright, so by the power of 3, you create. And another thing, when we say we are creators, if energy cannot be created, nor can it be destroyed, then what are you creating? Did you ever think about that one? What are you creating? Energy cannot be created, nor can it be destroyed. So what are you creating? Seriously, what are you creating? could only say one thing, and it would take us back to the beginning. I mean, not to the beginning, but it would take us back to something that you didn't even pay attention to. Check this out. What we will be creating, or let me say that one more time fully. Energy cannot be created, nor can it be destroyed. So what are you creating? What are you creating? You're creating traps for source energy? Are you creating a matrix as you speak? But are you creating a matrix to trap source energy or to release source energy? See, another thing too, a lot of people want to believe that these ones, you get a better understanding with a totality of this look or this angle. A lot of ones want to project and say stuff like these ones created a matrix. In the movie, they got this European man, you know, white Colonel Sanders looking kind of guy, saying that he created this matrix and he is the architect and he done it for the 6th time, and they were endowed with how to maneuver this matrix. Well, first of all, if this matrix was built on a rim where these ones couldn't even exist according to what they say and what they projected and what you agree to, right? How did they even get out there into the rim to even create something that they have no control over? If they need us to project their shit, then how did they project the damn matrix? And who created the matrix? You had to. You are the architect. It all is inside you. You became the architect of the matrix when your program handler of the matrix was speaking to you from them old paradoxes and paradigms and paradoxes and paradigms and that Pandora's box and these paradigms and these paradoxes. You created yourself. You created yourself. You created yourself. You created this matrix. There is no enemy. There is no enemy. Listen, in, no, me. In, no, me. In, know me. In, know me. You create what you create. You have the energy to create. You're not creating a different energy. You're creating a different consciousness in order to move that energy unconstructedly. Okay, unconstructedly, moving it. What they say, you have to create a microcosmic orbit. I mean, a microcosmic orbit around yourself that it continues to move. And this is your macabre or your shields that you're making. Microcosmic orbit starts with connecting your tongue to the roof of your mouth, behind your teeth. That creates a energetic body microcosmic orbit. All right. It creates the orbit. You know, one thing we got to continue to do is study a lot of the, you know, like Tai Chi. Good, man. That's good. Or Qi Kong, Tai Chi Chin, the Chin style. But I like just regular Tai Chi, combat side. But nevertheless, if we have to, in order, some guy with a lot of hair and shit, I think they said his name was Einstein. Okay, he says something like, if you want to know about the universe and about God, then study frequency, sound, and vibration. Now that's what this one said. This one energy signature by the name of Einstein. Right? If you want to know, study energy, frequency, and vibration. And that's his words on you. He ain't got nothing else to tell your ass. He ain't got to tell you what you will find out if you studied it. Energy, frequency, and vibration. If everything energy, frequency, and vibration, then you already know that there's a lot of things need to drop down as far as dealing with energy, sound, and vibration. And a lot of things need to be turned up. You need to turn up your energy, sound, and vibration, and you need to let other energy, sounds, and vibration dissipate. Turn them down and turn your shit up. You know, frequency, letters, signals, sigils, sound frequencies. You know, high vibrational sound, high frequencies. What's the highest frequencies? The letters, the frequencies of the letters. You know, I'm putting together something, man. I had to cut and paste a lot of things up, the wavelengths, but I'm only utilizing what they have stated that this is, right? And I know it's not what they say it is, but it's getting me a bearing on what we're looking at. So I'm going to look through their lens only to get the understanding of how it works. Then I'm going to take all what they're wording in and crush that shit up and make another little story out of it that don't hold subject to names and titles. That simply explain like give you an example how you can easily get caught up. They said, you know, they used to tell us when we was Christians or whatever, or in that consciousness, that every time you think to do good, here come that devil. Here come that devil. When they could have just simply told your ass that positive and negative does not operate apart. It operates together. You need the negative as well as the positive prong to advance the process. You cannot plug in no appliance, bend the negative prong like this, stick it in the wall and expect it to work that way. It don't work that way. You need the negative as well as the positive to advance the process, right? So whenever you are thinking positive, you are actually at that same time harnessing the energy to draw negative to your ass. And when you're thinking negative, at that very exact same time, you are harnessing the power to pull positive to your ass. See? So why get caught up in this devil shit? When the only thing you need to be taught is what the fuck I just said to you. And you can advance. But you stuck up on fuck. This goofy shit. See, this is what I'm saying. This is the little simple shit that you stay to the basis. You get too far out there, you won't even know what the fuck you talk about. You know, you can almost get your ass beat in the head with a stick, and you will still be mad as fuck and still believing that what the fuck, you know, and not knowing what the fuck. And it was just as simple as some air talking and arguing over air. Arguing, fussing, and fighting over some water elements. That all of them come from the water. All of them is source signatures outside of the water, operating as if they were outside of your ass in a physical form. You're confused. The water is not confused. The water is highly intelligent. The fire is not confused. The fire is highly intelligent. The wind is not confused. The wind is highly intelligent. The earth is not confused. She is intelligence, magnetic intelligence. Solar intelligence. Sun, come on. Come on, man. You're not insulting the air, wind, the spiritual elements around here. You insulting them by calling them shit that they're not. You created an entity by calling into existence something, created an entity that only gives you probably a placebo, not placebo, what's that? A sugar pill effect on what the fuck you doing. Oh, yeah. Sacrilege. Is what they say about people that talk about Christianity. You going to hell. Oh, come on now. Come on now. You believe in that hell too? Shit. Really? Really, really? Really, really? Well, how come hell is cold? Anyway, nevertheless, you know, stick to them basics, man. Stick to principles. You got something to say to me, say it. Leave it in the comment. I like to hear it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not saying this The universe is saying this. Melanin is saying this. Shiva is saying this. Heru is saying this. Arman, Ra, the hidden sun is saying this. The Naga is saying this. Ogun, Oshun is saying this. He's saying, you brought me into existence. I aid and assist you as much as I can. I am not source energy. Just like in that book at the back, when they went out and John in the back of the book of the Bible, he was talking about the Revelations, and John said, and I seen all these things, and I went to bow down at the foot of the angel that showed me, and he snatched me and grabbed me back up and said, don't do that. Don't do that. For those who honor or come up out of this book, something like that, worships God. Worships God. He didn't say Issa, Brother Justice, Jesus. He didn't say no one but God. He said, don't do that. Don't work. Don't fall down at my feet, fool. Worship God. Who is God? You, God. You. All right. No departing here. I don't depart. Back. Forward at you.